These interviews are not fun.
No.
You don't want to give them. We don't want to do them. But it's sort of part of the job that you guys speak to us after games, whether we win, lose or draw, and we'd rather be winning more games.
Yeah, of course. Of course. That's the aim of everybody. We know the level of the Premier League. We know how competitive it is and how demanding it is. And I think tonight we know as a team it wasn't good enough. I think we had a good start in the game, and you could feel the crowd was up and the atmosphere was positive. And obviously with Fuller's disallowed goal, maybe was a turning point in the game. And I think overall it was a really disappointing night.
You played over 400 of these. There's only 39 people, I think, or 40 people that have played more Premier League games than you. You know what the level is. So what is it that we're not reaching that level often enough?
I think the league is incredibly competitive. You can talk about tactics, you can talk about formations, set pieces, whatever, but I think you need that competitiveness in the team. You need to be difficult to beat. You need to be able to be in and around it. And if you don't do that, no matter who you play, whether you play Sunderland or Chelsea, you're gonna come up against it. And we've been caught out twice now. The only positive is that it's happened in the first two games, and that gives us a chance to have another wake-up call. Because tonight was nowhere near good enough.
Is it about competing? Obviously, the teams we're playing against are some of the best in the world, right? The quality they've got, you can run around, you can thump people in a tackle, but there's real quality in these other teams. So is it a case that we just need to compete more? Like, is it a quality thing, or what do you see it as?
No, I just think pre-season's given us a really good foundation going into the season, and there is a lot of positivity, but. We can sit here all day and talk about the tactical elements of the game and defending here and this sort of thing. But I feel as a team we need to be more difficult to beat and compete more. And I think as a team, from the front to the back, the goals tonight were just way too easy. And if we give them away and expect to score 6 goals to win the game, that's just not realistic. So I think that's something that we need to address.
You've led teams in the Premier League. You've worn the captain's armband. Jared said to Sky that every player needs to look at himself. Everybody in the dressing room needs to look at themselves, and probably all of us at the club. We want the highest standards. So you'll be demanding that of yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's difficult to draw any positives out of tonight, but I think in every experience that happens in life, you have to look at it and try and take something from it. And I think that's what we need to do. But equally, I'm sure fans will watch this and be fed up of people talking and be wanting to show something. So that's ultimately the best way to talk is by your actions on the pitch, and that's something that we need to put into place as soon as possible.
We've got a cup game Tuesday. Best possible thing, go there, get a win, get some confidence. Yeah,
I think no matter what competition we're playing in, it's a good chance to turn things around and get that competitiveness back in the team. So we'll be looking forward to that.
Callum, obviously, when you were looking forward to your home debut, you probably expect it to be a bit different to tonight. So how do you sum it up? It's difficult.
Yeah, tough night against a top team. We knew what we was up against. We started the game really well. Then obviously went in front, which was disallowed. Probably took the wind out of our sails a little bit, and then we concede, which then you go from being on top of the world to climbing an uphill battle, which we tried to do, but unfortunately it wasn't our night.
Is it? I mean, obviously it's not as simple as like that's the turning point in the game, but it is a massive moment, isn't it? If we go 2-1 up, as opposed to falling 2-1 behind, again the crowd's up, back in front, and build on it.
It is, but we are professional. Whether you're in front, whether you're behind, the game plan still stays the same. You still have a job to do. Like I say, unfortunately in football that can happen. The only thing you can do is stick together as a squad, as a club, and try and put that right. And that starts on the training field. We work hard, and we've got a cup game coming up where we can get a result hopefully and build some momentum. You've
been around the Premier League for a long time. It seems that every year the pressure sort of grows, and earlier in the season, sort of vulture circle. But we've got to just ignore the noise, haven't we, and win some football matches.
Exactly that. Like you say, I've had experience in this situation many times before. I've had clubs where we've not won a game until November and been absolutely fine. So it's early days, but the signs, obviously, we need to put things right, which we know. But it's about sticking together. You can't start pointing fingers, blaming this and that. We've just come off of the back of a pre-season. The business has started. We need to get going, and we will do that. And it's about, like I say, all being as one.
for yourself, obviously now you come off the bench a couple of times. Tonight, obviously we're at home, and you got a nice reception. Obviously we're losing at half time, so people are a bit down. But you know there was a lot of applause when you come on, so that's reassuring.
Yeah, of course, I appreciate that. Obviously, I joined the football club. It's a massive club, great opportunity. You know, there's obviously faith there from the people at the top, and you know, hopefully, I can show the fans and repay the fans what I'm about. And yeah, like I say, it starts on the training field. It starts getting opportunities when you get them, taking them. Unfortunately, tonight I had a few chances here and there, similar to last game. But I think as a striker, the main thing is that you're getting opportunities. You know, on another day you end up getting 2 or 3 there. So it's just about keep getting the opportunities, and have no doubt I'll score goals.
You mentioned the cup game Tuesday. There will be changes, I'm sure. Obviously, with a quick turnaround. You mentioned there you're looking sharp. I mean, you joined us sort of a bit later in pre-season, so you haven't had a full one with us, but you're looking sharp. No,
I feel good. Even though I wasn't at the club, I was still working hard behind the scenes. Took myself away on pre-season camps, done all I could, and you know, you look after yourself nowadays. The modern game, you have to, because you get left behind. So I've been working hard since I've joined West Ham as well, training every day. So yeah, of course, you know, you're building. Obviously, 45 minutes today, something to build on as well. And push for hopefully starting games from the get-go and start finding your flow and rhythm.
You probably don't want to be giving this interview as much as we don't want to be talking to you in these circumstances, but important to tell the fans what you thought and your assessment, and also how we're going to turn things around.
Well, it's bitterly disappointing, of course, with the results, with the manner of the goals. I thought they were too cheap. And I think that when you do that, it gives yourself a real challenge in the Premier League, and especially against a team with the talent and the quality that Chelsea have. It was a tough evening for us.
Got a great start. You know, got a place. Was rocking after 6-7 minutes. So probably more disappointing that we didn't sort of build on it.
Yeah. Again, I think they probably set the tone. The first goal. Again, too easy, too cheap. And then we're probably fine margins. We're unlucky with to get 2-1 up. We scored a good goal, good reaction from the players. But then again, the second goal's it's a poor goal from our perspective. We have to do a lot better than that, and I think the players would be honest enough to say that. We have to do better. And then once you're behind in the game, you're caught between going after them and putting some pressure on, and at the same time getting played through because of the quality they have. But nevertheless, I thought we can say what we want. When you concede the goals that we did, it makes the game nigh on impossible.
I mean, we know how many meetings you have, how much work your team put into preparing the players for every game, for every day. They're not going out there being coached to not react quickly or not compete. So it's not through lack of preparation and lack of them being ready to play and ready to compete. So, you know, it must be so... I saw you shaking your head. It must be so frustrating when the actions you're sending them out to do, they're not being put into action.
No, it can happen in football. Of course it can. Goals happen, and we're in a moment where the week we've had has been a really difficult week. There's no getting away from that. So psychologically, we've got some challenges. We have to work. We've got a game on Tuesday, which I think is good for us. We need to prepare and move forward to that. But no, I mean, we have to stick together. I think there's no point me pointing fingers and all that stuff. We weren't good enough today. We have to take that responsibility together, and we have to move forward and work harder.
Siege mentality is a cliche, but at the end of the day, external noise and people's comments, and when people are angry, frustrated, happy, sad, at the end of the day, if you cross the white line, pressure, you know, it's what's in your own mind that matters, and what you do physically on the pitch, right? So Tuesday night we go out, it's 0-0 at the kick-off, and we go out there with the confidence that we can win the game.
Of course, and that's life. We have to dust ourselves down. No one's going to feel sorry for us, and they shouldn't do. We know today wasn't good enough. We know today we need to do better, and we have to make sure that we're ready to play Wolves. It's as simple as that. But But no, we're disappointed today, of course. We're bitterly disappointed because the fans were there, they were there with us, and we've let them down in terms of the goals we've conceded, and in the end, the result we've given.
I'm sure when you were little, and even when you were playing and coaching, you're a football fan. You know, you want to enjoy being part of the sport that you love. So even, you know, from your point of view, I assume it's not upsetting, might be quite the wrong word, but it's difficult, isn't it?
No, I'm upset. Yeah. This is my life, this is my career. I've got a family and kids. I'm a normal person, just like you. Yeah. I know supporters, obviously, they're you know, gutted after a game like this, but I assure you, we're all feeling the same. But that's sport at the highest level. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We have to dust ourselves down. We have to go again. It's as simple as that. Looking
ahead, you know, positive maybe not the right word, but good to see Callum get 45 minutes and he's looked sharp both times he's come on. Carl's got his debut. Freddie Potter's made his Premier League debut tonight, and looking ahead to Tuesday, more opportunities for players to impress you. Yeah, absolutely. That's what we have to think about as well. Malik making his home debut, I thought, kept going right to the end. Some good character there. But it's difficult to speak about positives at the moment. We're hurting and we're in pain because we've lost the game, and we've lost the game heavily at home in front of our supporters. So we're licking our wounds, and we're trying to piece it all together and getting ready to move forward. And I know that the external broadcasters ask you this, but I will, because obviously the fans will be watching our channels. You know, there's 10 days left of the window. Obviously, players come and go during the window, and you know, after the games we've had, you know, you're working with Kyle and the rest of the team to identify players that can help us win games in the future. Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be a busy few days. We need to work hard, and we need to try our best to improve. We need to improve the players we have and try to look for players that can help us as well from the outside.